So we're going to talk a little bit about turning your website into a black book of leads versus not just a place where you would just a black hole where you just send leads and then everything disappears. We're going to talk a little bit about why you should do lead scoring, and then followed by how to do targeted lead scoring. We have some really actionable tips on how you can implement it. So we're going to see a combination of both, and then there's going to be a neat little live demo. Okay, so here is a quick poll. So what is the most common marketing platform for all online businesses? So this is a pretty simple, straightforward question. It's simple, it's website. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm kind of going to talk you through how a buyer behavior and a cycle takes you through and how important a website is during that buyer behavior. So let's assume that you want to buy furniture for your new apartment. So what we do, we just move in and then we search the web, and then once we search the web, we then evaluate on social media. So what happens is, if I have figured out there are 3 stores that I'm going to go and then buy furniture, I want to go and then see what are the people who already bought this furniture, talking about these 3 stores. And now comes the opportunity for the brand. So if I've decided I'm going to go to the Home Life store in Fremont and then buy my furniture, and then now while I'm on the website, it kind of gives me as a brand as an opportunity to connect with website visitors in real time. So are all website visitors important? So let's talk about it. So how do you drive traffic to your website? So as marketeers, we do a bunch of things. As business owners, we do a bunch of things to drive traffic to your website. So there's online advertising, content creation in terms of blogs, white papers and all that. There is search marketing, SEO that you do, email marketing. It's one of the most effective forms of marketing, and followed by social media marketing. And before I take you further, I just want to give you some insight on most marketing and SaaS companies, where the budget has been going. So you could see that online advertising, again, 12.5%, and then content creation, 11.6%, search marketing. This thing is pretty self-explanatory. Now, you could see that all these kind of end on the website. All these activities, a major part of the spending is ending on the website. So what are we doing to go ahead? And then, so is your website, right now that you have people on your website, is it a black hole where you're just sending people over to your website and then the traffic is just disappearing? Or is it like a black book of leads where just like everyone in the same room is taking notes in a journal? So does your website make note of people, everybody who's coming in, and then prioritize them, score them, and then tell you, hey, these are the people that you should be talking to? Now that you have website visitors, now what? Now this is my favorite part. So you go ahead and then score them. So what are the 3 ways to score them? So the most commonly used analogy is to score website visitors with hot prospects, warm prospects, and cold prospects. Now, what are the different criteria that you can give to score these prospects? I'm going to go over them in a while, but I just want to quickly stop here and then say, what is lead scoring? So lead scoring is something that's very simple and straightforward, that tells you what is the worthiness of a lead, and then how much is this person that you should be spending your time and resources on when they come in as a lead. So it is a combination of 2 things. So what are the 2 things? So one is you define your ideal prospect. Definition of an ideal prospect kind of differs from one business to the other. If you have an accounting firm, your ideal prospect is different. A manufacturing firm, your ideal prospect is different. So for example, I can say anybody who's coming in from the SaaS industry, and if this person is from United States, yes, I can assign points. So I can say assign 100 points to this visitor. And then actions of interest. So actions of interest can be multiple things. For example, spending 5 minutes on your pricing page is a good action of interest. Somebody downloading your white paper is an action of interest. Somebody filling out a form is an action of interest. So your ideal lead score is both 1 and 2 put together, and then you can kind of arbitrarily decide how much points that you should actually assign, and then I'll show you how we do that in Sales IQ. But before that, just tell a little story. Why should you do lead scoring? Okay, we have this story, nice little story of Monica. So Monica from Pied Piper. So what she has done is she has got a list of leads which she has mobilized from different sources, and it is about 10 people. Okay, so these are the 10 people that she need to talk to and then reach out. So she starts reaching out to this list over phone, and the first set of people, the people, about 40% of the list is not reachable. So you call them, and then those people are not reachable, so you left a voicemail. And then moving on, this time your luck was better. You connected with them over phone, but they said they're not interested because somehow they didn't connect with the product or the service you offered. And this is the most important thing. So sometimes people just fill out forms for fun, and then you call them. That's not an actual number. That's not an actual email. So junk contact information. We run into it all the time. And next is this classic thing that puts me down sometimes is keep sending me more information. Every time people follow up over phone, people say keep sending me more information. And that's kind of a warm prospect, but still. But here is what Monica does to connect with Jared. So who's actually interested in the product that she's offering? Now, what if instead of calling all the 10 people, the only person that she had to talk was this one person? So it's very, very simple. So that's the reason why, to cut through all the clutter and then talk to the people that matter the most, that's why you should be doing lead scoring. Now, how can you and Shasha connect with the prospects faster? Pretty simple, Zoho Sales IQ. I'm going to quickly go ahead and then tell you what it does. Essentially, it's a live chat software, but it is more than a live chat software. It is just the basic of being a live chat software, but it can help you in increasing the ROI on your email, content and SEO and AdWord efforts by the virtue of lead scoring. How? So, quick demo. Okay, demo, and I would really appreciate if you could open up this link in a browser. Oh, okay. I'll get to it in a minute. Okay, so this is my hot prospect. So you could see that these are all people, actual people on my website. And then think of it if you could have website visitors like the same way, and then you can see them, talk to them, and all that. So what is the big deal about these rings? So these rings are the place where we do lead scoring, the concept of hot, warm, and cold leads in real time. So I have set a rule, and where I set a rule is I go to customize. We have presets. This is you could see that I have put on a preset that said time on site. So time on site is anybody who comes to the site. I'm going to put them in the outermost ring. You could see that, and this is the outermost ring, and the smallest ring is the innermost ring. So anybody who spends more time is going to be the innermost ring. So 0, a minute, 3, and 10. And we have 4 different rings. And you could see that the lead scoring happens in real time. So anybody who has spent more than a minute, they're already being moved to the next ring. And anybody who spends 3 minutes is going to be moved into this specific ring. Okay? So what's going to happen in here is I'm going to quickly go ahead and then start a conversation with a few people. I could see that there are a lot of people who are already pinging me, but still, I'm just going to choose someone. Okay. So you could see that. What is the information do I have right now? It tells me which country this person is from by the flag. It tells me what is the browser this person is using. It also tells me from which device this person is accessing this thing. Is it a Mac? Is it a Windows computer? It tells me that. It also tells me that you have accessed my website, how much time you have spent on my website. Are you a new visitor, returning visitor? It tells me that. It tells me your location. It also tells me on which page on my website you are in right now. And this is something also very, very interesting. So you could see that we have direct traffic in here because I shared the link with you and then you came directly over to me. But I know that you run multiple campaigns. So what you can do is, so whenever an ad sends this traffic over to your website, we will actually capture that link and then say, this is the source of the traffic that has sent traffic to your website. Now, I'm just quickly going to do the Eureka movement. And I'm going to say, hi, how is the Sales IQ demo? Okay. Someone asked, how's the Sales IQ demo? And then someone is on the homepage, and there you go. So she got connected to me, and then immediately it says that she got connected to Ambi. So because we started a conversation back and forth. And then if you still keep moving to multiple pages on my website, this is like real-time thing. You'll be able to see that you could go ahead and then actually see this person moving around my website in real time. So if you could just try moving to a different page, any of the pages like the home page, the pricing page, or anything like that. So you could, we will, there you go. So are you on the pricing page right now? And then not only that, we also leave a small timestamp that tells you that how much time you spent on each page, so that before you start a conversation, you don't want to like, oh, this person is 10 seconds on my website, I'm going to talk to this person. No, you don't have to. So you just wait and then understand what this person is looking at, and then help and offer help contextually. And you don't have to be worried about being chained to your desk to do this thing. Whatever I showed right now can be completely automated. So you just set the triggers, and then we offer apps both on iOS and Android. And then somebody writes back to the trigger, you get a notification on your phone, and just like you would start a conversation with your friend on WhatsApp or Snapchat, you can go ahead and then start a conversation with your prospects on your website. Now, I need to go to my chat, where basically tells me that we had people coming in. So you could see that there are a bunch of people who wrote back to my chat conversation, and then you could see that we have this conversation going, and you could see that I have already integrated this nice website live chat thing into my CRM. And how do you integrate? Pretty simple. Just go to settings. In settings, there is integration. And people talk about how this integration is one click, and then you go, it starts with one click, but there are like 1,000 clicks after that. But this thing is truly one click. You click on it, you disable or enable. Both your CRM as well as Sales IQ, both the data will sync seamlessly. So any prospect information inside CRM will sync directly into Sales IQ also. Now, how do we use it? It's very simple. So you go to customize for real-time lead scoring, and then there is a section that says CRM contact, CRM lead, and then CRM potential and visitor stage in CRM. So basically, if I want to say that CRM potential and the closing date is between 18th and the 28th. So I want to see everybody who's closing within the next week, within the innermost circle, when I open this up, and I want to start a conversation. Yes, I can do that. Now, what is a better use of this data? I go to settings, and then in settings there is automation. In automation, there's intelligent triggers. So intelligent triggers are a fun and easy way to automate all this chat conversation. So you click on add, and then in add, I can say when a visitor lands on my website, I'm going to say in CRM, if the visitor stage in CRM is equal to lead, and then select an action. You can do multiple actions. So you see this nice little button in there. So if you want to animate it, you can animate it. If you want to just grab the attention, you can grab the attention. We have a bunch of things in there. But the most preferred one is to send a chat invite from Ambi with this message. Hi, how can I help you? And do it after 20 seconds. Since this person is already knows my service, so it's coming back, and immediately this person will get a pop-up on his side, and then you can go ahead and then start a conversation if he responds back to your trigger. So we have integration with both Zoho campaigns and MailChimp also. So one of the cool things that you can do is you send out email campaigns, and then you do not know that what's happening, who's coming back to your website and all that. But right now, what you can do is you can you can prioritize your website visitors based on any campaign content, campaign medium, campaign source, or campaign name, and then say if a email campaign that you sent out has this name, let's say newsletter. That's the most common type of email campaign that people do. And then if you want to engage them, you can do that. You can also set triggers just exactly in the same way that we did for this thing. Now, so this is something that we launched pretty recent, and then it's one of the really cool features. So you could see that we had a way to score and then engage website visitors in real time. But visitor list is even more cool. So what happens when people leave your website? Okay, so people come to your website and people leave your website. Here is an entire record of everybody who has come to your website. So 3 sections. So what do we have? All visitors. You keep scrolling down, and this is like Alice in Wonderland. This just keeps going down, and then it has any number of visitors that come to your website. We create a record for everybody who comes to your website and leaves your website. And we have a section for returning visitors, and this is our mix kind of area where you can just say, show me a list of people who came to my website from, let's say, Canada. Okay, I click on apply, and then out of this list, and this is a subset of the bigger list, it gives me all that information, who came from Canada and all that. And it also gives me what other information do we have? So we have the name of the person. Since this information is already available in CRM, we are able to sync it directly here. And we're also able to tell you other interesting stats like this. So you could see that this list is prioritized right now. So whatever list that you see is arranged in a way that the most hot prospects are at the top, the warm prospects in the middle, and the cold prospects at the bottom. So you could see that the opportunity for this person to close from a visitor to a sale is 99%. The lead score is 169. And then we also have what is the frequency of the visit. You can decide if you want to see it for this week, this month, or you can also choose a custom range. It also tells you from where did this traffic come from. Did it come from an email campaign? So you could see that we have a certain section if it's coming in from Google AdWords, so we'll highlight it. And we also tell you, once they came to your website and left your website, what has been their most favorite page. So we have the top 3 pages, and sometimes when you want to start a conversation or add notes, you can just add notes from here, send email right from here. There's also an opportunity. You can send an email just right from here, put in a subject, and then send it out, because you have all the contextual information, everything in one single place. Now, the question that's popping up in your head right now is, how did you arrive at this lead score? So you go to settings. In settings, there is something called lead scoring. So you could see that we have some default rules configured. So we're saying anybody who comes into your website, and then if they're the first time they're visiting, add 25 points. And then the second time they're visiting, add 10 points. And they reply to a chat message, add 50 points. So likewise, you can create your own thing. So I'm going to say, so visitor country is equal to, let's say, United States. And I'm going to pull in the data from CRM right now, and then say CRM potential, and the revenue in pipeline is equal to, let's say, $10,000. And I can still keep going, and then say, let's say that landing page URL contains pricing page. So what happens is, when somebody of all the prospects that I've been talking to, we already have a potential attached to that person, so that's someone who I'm already talking to. That information is from my CRM, this middle piece. And this information comes in from Sales IQ, saying that this person is from the States. And then it also tells me that this person on the landing page URL contains the pricing. So I can go ahead and then say, add 200 points. And again, this pointing or grading system is completely up to you, because you decide, because you know what is the worthiness of an action in your website or your business. So you decide how much points you want to assign for a certain action. I click on apply, and this rule immediately gets added here. And whatever list that you see in Vista history is completely based on the lead scoring. So this prioritization is based on the lead scores that we have over here. So what the system does is, the system goes ahead and then computes a score based on all the lead scores that you have set. So you can set multiple lead scores as much as of your choice. So I think that's pretty much it. So we also offer extensive reports. So we tell you like how many leads are tracked in CRM, and how many of them were attended online, from which region this traffic is coming in and all that. The most relevant thing would be the visitor section. So it tells you how many chats that you missed. So what happens when you miss a chat when it comes in? It's pretty simple. We have a missed chat section, which you can get back, and then you can start a conversation at a later point of time. So we even have that. And the last part is pretty interesting. You go to reports and tracking. So it tells you how many people visited, how many people did you contact, and how many people responded. So based on this, you can keep tweaking your triggers so that it increases your percentage of success. Yeah, this is something that keeps coming up. Do I need an additional salesperson to work on this thing? No. Existing people, even if you're a solopreneur, you can use this thing, and then it's pretty simple and straightforward. And getting sales IQ on your website is pretty simple. A sign up and then copy paste a small piece of code. It is done. Boom, it just pops up, and then it starts tracking. It takes less than 3 minutes to get it on your website. So thank you so much.